Does electoral bond make political funding even more opaque? Why is electoral bond problematic? Is the concept of electoral bond a legal scam? Recently, on March 26, 2021, the Honorable Supreme Court of India dismissed a plea by Association for Democratic Reforms that was seeking a bar on sale of electoral bonds ahead of the upcoming state assembly elections in West Bengal, Tamil Nadu and other states. This time, the Honorable Apex Court said that it is not only the ruling party that is always the beneficiary of electoral bonds, it has rejected ADR's plea seeking a hold on electoral bond that is scheduled to be issued or for sale between April 1st and April 10th this year. The Apex Court said, since the bonds were allowed to be released in 2018 and 2019 without interruption, the sufficient safeguards are there. There is no justification to stay the electoral bonds at present. So what is the electoral bond scheme? In 2017 budget, the then Finance Minister Arun Jaitley introduced the electoral bond scheme to bring more transparency into the political funding space and to clean up the political funding space. The crux of the matter has been that one can buy electoral bonds for the political party that one wants to donate to. And then the preferred political party that gets the electoral bond can encash those bonds. As per the changed laws and the rules, the identity of the donor or the one who funds any political party will be kept anonymous and hidden from everyone. The main reason for doing this was that this anonymity will help in avoiding political targeting of any individual or company who funds any party. Central government said this was to protect them from victimization at the hands of other parties to whom they may not have contributed. Now, you as the citizen of the country can buy electoral bonds from multiple of rupees 1000 to rupees 1 crore from the select branches of the State Bank of India to donate to your preferred political party. And do you know that the BJP-led government got more than 95% of the first tranche that was gathered through the electoral bonds scheme? The BJP government had brought electoral bond scheme to cleanse political funding and make it more transparent, but things don't seem to be as they say. ADR report says that more than 95% of the first tranche or money that was gathered through the electoral bonds went to Bharatiya Janata Party. So is it a coincidence or the result of a well-planned move by the government? Well, we don't know. Okay, so how is the Central Information Commission saying this? On December 21st, 2020, the Central Information Commission said that no public interest is involved in disclosing the names of buyers of electoral bonds. Earlier, the Central Information Commission had supported transparency in electoral bond schemes, but in December 2020, it made a perfect U-turn on the whole matter itself. Little confusing and contradictory? Oh yes, it is. Let me simplify this for you. So on December 21st last year, the Central Information Commission, which is transparency watchdog and acts on complaints regarding information sharing, said that no public interest is involved in disclosing the names of buyers of electoral bonds. Information Commissioner Suresh Chandra said there appears to be no larger public interest overriding the right to privacy of the donors and donees concerned. But in January 2020, the same CIC had said that the electoral bonds process should be more transparent and the names of those buying them should be declared. And now this big U-turn from their earlier position. Social activists like Anjali Bharadwaj have raised concerns over this. But why is this so controversial? And is it a transparent medium? The problem is that the name of the donor is anonymous, as you already know. That means that the money can't be traced back to the individual or the company that has donated the money to a political party. And therefore, we cannot establish whether that money is black or white. Transparency is another problem because a company that donates to a political party does not have to reveal which party it donated to. And the political party also does not know where the money has come from. There have been several changes in the electoral bond scheme from time to time. The cap up to which a company can donate was earlier up to 7% of the total profit. That cap has been further lifted, which means that any company can give any amount of money to a political party now. And it does not have to be a part of their financial books and records. Another problem with electoral bond is that earlier there was a limit beyond which you could buy electoral bonds, and that cap was up to 20,000 rupees. That cap after 2017 was brought down to 2,000 rupees. So you can now donate a minimum of 2,000 rupees and more. And finally, the electoral bond does not fall under the RTI. So if you as the citizen of the country want to know what's happening in terms of the political funding, you will never have the information. So a system that was introduced and brought in to bring transparency in the political funding has made the entire political funding even more opaque as per reports. And not just that. Reports suggest that when the electoral bond was getting launched, Reserve Bank of India RBI raised objections to the schemes, saying that this is not helpful. The RBI said no, and the government disagreed and disregarded it. Its recommendations and objections were not taken into consideration, and the government gave itself a go-ahead. But it was not just the RBI that raised objections on the electoral bond. The Election Commission also spoke on the electoral bond scheme and said that this could undermine the value of bank notes. All these objections were clearly ignored by the government. Now the question is whether electoral bonds are really untraceable. Actually, not so. An investigation reveals that every electoral bond that you buy from SBI has an alphanumeric code. This code is visible under ultraviolet rays. That means SBI knows who is the donor and the donee, as it allows SBI to trace the bond. And that gives the incumbent government from any party an advantage because it can get that information from the SBI anytime. मतलब सरकार सब जानती है. Do let us know what you think on this entire matter in the comment sections below.